Ladies and gentlemen, it's Steve the Goat Man out here at the Goat Refuge and the Escambia Lakes Farms and the center of Roselle crop growing and processing. Roselle, otherwise known as Gongura, tropical hibiscus, Flor de Jamaica, Jamaican sorrel, some call it, and some people call it Florida cranberry. Well, I am making this video today specifically for potential growers of the crop, working closely with us, with our seed, our methods, and we will buy everything that's grown on your land except for what you will use for yourself and your processing and your smaller scale sales of derivative products. It's an incredibly productive crop. I want to just be able to show that to you in a short period of time. Of course, there's years of videos that I have posted on our YouTube channels and such and on our website. But today I'm going to focus in on this lakeshore area right here where I've got 2 rows, each planted in a high density, very high density, of the same, the red and the green, alternating red and green, red and green, red and green. So there's a red fruit. It also has more of the red stem, and there's a green fruit that has more of the green stem. It's a white, some people call it white. It's an emerald green. These 2 rows were planted pretty much identically with a goal to do a formal study this year in pruning. So these ones in the front row here, you can see they're a little shorter. These were just pruned, all tips, within the last 2 weeks. And we're moving along, and I'll show you down there where I'm getting with the pruning right now. By the time I'm at the end of that row with the top tip pruning, then it's coming back and you can prune again on other growth that's coming out. Now there's multiple tips coming out. So our plan is to just leave the top unpruned, although we may harvest a few leaves, and do some comparison on the fruit production. There is more sunlight that's afforded to the top row, so it benefits from that. So it's an interesting study putting this side by side. All right, so we can see that tips are growing back. I mean, multiple tips growing out where there was just one top tip pretty much. Now there's multiple tips. Also, we've harvested a lot of the big leaves, so we've got a lot more sunlight coming in to get to the smaller leaves and shoots at the stalk. That's very important here, because those leaves are big, and they shade, and they absorb energy they put in the plant, but they also retard the growth at the stems, right at the stalks and such. So the pruning, in our opinion, is extremely important. Too many people let the stuff grow and it gets too heavy and it falls, or once the fruit starts coming out, which for us, for our varieties, that's just 2 weeks from now, 2-3 weeks from now, we'll start getting flower and fruit. Then it's a totally different regime, folks. And it's just more weight on top, and you get a combination of rain and wind, and you can have a topple over effect, a domino effect. We've avoided it for the most part, but last year we definitely had a domino effect, the topple over, and it was not pleasant, folks. It was just excessive, and it does not result in larger harvest. It doesn't, I mean, there's still a harvest, but we don't want the fruit laying on the ground. We don't want that kind of a regime out here. So all of our pruning that we do is precision pretty much out here with these shears. This gives you a nice little point that you can get in and prune that tip off. So I get in here, I'm just taking the tip out, and it's nice tender material for later consumption, but then I'm getting in and I'm clipping these leaves, the big leaves, the ones that are shading everything here. And I'm going through and I'm getting a lot of the shade leaves. So every tip, every tip top. Now you can see the remainder of this short row, how tall it is right here. I mean, it's over 4 foot now, pushing 5 foot here. And you can see back where we pruned it. And you can see the catch-up going on down there. So This is going to be a very interesting study. We're going to quantify as much as possible, provide numbers, and try to provide a measure of how many fruits and the flowers, fruits, seeds, everything that we get, and be able to compare them to the best of our ability. And I can say that anyone interested in growing this, give us a call. We're not doing this with everybody, folks. We've got varieties we've engineered that are highly productive. They flower and fruit early when our others don't even flower in time before the frost hits in this part of the world. We're in northwest Florida and southern Alabama. This can be grown much farther north than where we are. It really catches up in the hot weather in the summer, and it grows. It don't need a full 5 months. I mean, it's 3-4 months it can already be productive. But we'll talk about that later. We want to get about 4 or 5 months of growth. And we want to be on top of everything, because this is not your big combine harvest material. It's not for the big equipment. It's all by hand. There's so much that can be done with this, with human processing, and the marketability of the products. Just follow us, folks, because we have the market for this. We are developing the server, the auction, price discovery models, everything, where the mechanism so you could get in and discover the price on this, get this stuff priced, forward contracts going on into the next year, and you can discover the price, find out just what this is gonna cost to grow and what you can make from it. What's the problem with this? Well, it's a specialty crop, folks, and there's no seed. There's people selling little packets of seed online. Be careful of what you buy. You may grow a whole crop and it won't even fruit and flower in time before the frost hits you. But there's no large quantities, and we're working on that. And one step at a time on that. It is highly productive, including the seed production too, but it's all pretty much manual work, folks. There's some kind of machines and some kind of shakers and things we're engineering and working on. A lot of what we do with this crop is dehydration, and we're working on infrastructure. You can see over there a building right there, 8 by 24 foot, 2 stories going in for a dehydration building. And we've got a 30-foot bus on the other property there that we use with propane heat to dehydrate this, because it has to be dehydrated rapidly after being picked. All right, there's 2 main varieties. Again, there's the green fruiting, green stemmed, and there's the red fruiting, red stem here. And they're both highly productive. They both start flowering and fruiting about the same time, which where we're at, it's first week of September. We're already looking to see the fruits. I mean, I had varieties before that didn't do it till a month later, till the beginning of October, like some Thai variety and such. And then there's others that just didn't fruit until almost the end of October, when the frost hits already in November. Here, we can get hit by the first frost, as witnessed over the last few years, anywhere from November 1st to November 30th. It's pretty much sometime in November. So if we can start harvesting in early September, that means we get 2 to 3 months of harvest, and that is a nice harvest time. But it's everyday harvest. There's harvest every day. Now that's the fruit and flower. I mean, August right now, this is the leaf harvest time right now. Right now. This bucket is just packed full of leaf in here. Leaf and